Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets.
Some countries will attempt to seize the use of cash and promote just the use of bank cards and storing of funds in crypto wallets. They shall give us reason that the world is evolving, and so the economy also has to evolve by proposing modern ways of fund storage and usage. Some of these governments shall create a situation of shortage of cash circulating in the economy by halting the cash in banks and prepared warehouses for this agenda. This in view to compel people to accept their modern methods of carrying, using and storing money. In some countries, the citizens will not buy the idea and shall take to the streets to protest. If these governments succeed to put this system in place, they shall be able to entirely control people's finances. And when that happens, they shall impose things the people must accept and abide to in order to be granted access to their own accounts and use their own money. To be noted that in this system of economy, the least transaction you make is surveyed by the government. They shall say the surveying of transaction is due to the fact that trade in the black market has led to political instability and has deprived people of peace and tranquility worldwide. So in an attempt to preserve world peace and well-being, they want to know what you do with the money you have and make sure no one makes purchases which can disrupt world peace and well-being. This is not true. They want to survey and control your finances so as to compel you to abide to their laws. Those who do not comply will be refused access to their money. Do not put all your money in banks. Have some in hand.
Sweden is fed up with cash. It's a hassle to carry around, it can easily be stolen or misplaced, and frankly, no one is using it anymore. 10 years ago, just about 40% of their population was paying with cash, and now, only 6%. So what's their answer? To go completely cashless by March of 2023. They're even planning a crypto called the e-kroner for use starting this year. Folks, this is happening, and it's happening fast. Time to learn about Sweden's cashless plans and discuss if this could become a worldwide trend. Sweden's usage of cash has dropped to a record low, and it continues to drop each year, all the way down to just 6%. Cards are being used for 58% of all payments, according to the Swedish central bank, and they also have revealed that 80% of the population currently carry plastic. The widespread use of cards over cash has even led to the majority of Swedish banks to stop letting customers withdraw or deposit cash at all. Branches have been steadily closing. The tables have been turning this way for quite some time. Back in 2012, the 6 largest banks in Sweden saw the trend coming and built Swish, an instantaneous mobile payment platform created for easy electronic payments. And everyone was on board. The people, governments, and banks, they all loved it. And this convenient little app has become the standard for mobile payments. Over half of the population currently uses it. Now, with all this change to digital, one of your first thoughts may be, hey, how in the heck do kids use money? How do they buy ice cream or a new bicycle? How do they run down to the candy store for a lollipop? Check this out. Swedish banks issue debit cards to children starting at age 7. Currently, when you take into account the nation receiving debit cards once you are age 7 and up, that means 97% of the population has a debit card. It's already been theorized that cash and coins will be put on display in museums so that children growing up will at least know truly money in its physical form is looking to be a thing of the past. And this reality is going to be here sooner than you could ever think. Surely there must be many benefits, but clearly there's some pretty obvious disadvantages. What's the scoop here? Bank robberies will go to 0. Makes sense, right? There won't be anything to steal. Counterfeiting money will be non-existent as well, and drug and weapons markets will be greatly reduced. In the United States, illegal drugs are a $320 billion industry, and illegal weapons are estimated to be a $1 billion industry as well. Imagine being able to shrink those markets. There will also be way less tax avoidance in a society with an entirely digital currency. And get this, There will be way less petty crime too. No more pickpockets, because there's no money in people's pockets. And certainly, small business owners will feel more safe as well, as there won't be any cash in their cash registers. In fact, don't take our word for it. Here's a quote from Christopher Lube, a general manager of a restaurant and ecological food company in Stockholm that just so happened to stop accepting cash a year ago. He said, "It's good for both the guests and for us. It's saved us a lot of time in that we don't have to count cash anymore. There's hardly been any reaction. Almost everybody has the alternative payment method, a credit card." But there certainly are some downsides to this move as well, and we got them for you right here. Cons to a cashless society include the struggle that many retirees, people with disabilities, and newly arrived refugees will face. These demographics aren't always as familiar with new technology, and imagine being new to the country and not being able to access a digital wallet. You'd be out of luck with even the most mundane purchases. There are also concerns of the lack of freedom of choice with this move to digital currencies. Some citizens simply depend on cash, and if it's gone, well, it seems like they'll just be out of luck. The speed at which this change is happening might simply be too much for some folks. After all, March of 2023, the reported date for when Sweden will do away with their dollars. Just take a look at the cryptocurrency market. Oh, that's right, we're talking about crypto now. And how could we not? Briefly, in May of 2021, the market cap for Bitcoin touched $1 trillion. In April, the entire market cap for the space was at $2 trillion. Yes, it's dropped a bit since then, but hey, crypto is volatile. Though experts say that as adoption continues to occur over the years, the volatility will slowly fade, and these coins will be stable. Sweden has definitely taken note of the crypto space. They have announced they will be releasing their own cryptocurrency, the e-kroner, this year. It's been in the works since 2017, and unlike cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Cardano, it will be centralized, meaning that it is under control of the government. The Riksbank would issue the currency, and while currently its usage is still limited, it's still in a sort of test phase, and it's only a matter of time until it's available to Swedish citizens. The idea, as you can imagine, is quite simple. One e-kroner would be worth 1 kroner in a private bank account. Very simple. The US is planning a government-backed cryptocurrency. But here's some stats you should know before we talk a US-backed crypto. The majority of the money in the US is already digital. Oh, you heard that right. Digital dollars are essentially already here. Listen to this. In February of 2020, there was $1.75 trillion in cash circulating in the United States. But there was $15.434 trillion in savings and checking accounts in December of 2019. That means digital is here. 90% of all US dollars have no physical existence. Heck, we'll take it one step further. Worldwide, only 8% of money is physical. So, what is the US doing to take advantage of this clear trend? Just last month, the Federal Reserve stated that they will be developing its own crypto, and that research will start this summer. Chairman Jerome Powell stated, "The effective functioning of our economy requires that people have faith and confidence in not only the dollar, but also in the payment networks, banks, and other payment service providers that allow money to flow on a daily basis. Our focus is on ensuring a safe and efficient payment system that provides broad benefits to American households and businesses, while also embracing innovation.